Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio. This is episode number 34, and this is the Superstars of Wrestling taking over the airwaves. They have hijacked the radio station today, and it is going to be all Superstars of Wrestling. And without further ado, we'd like to welcome in our first guest of the show. He is a man that will be headlining the upcoming show in Pompton's Lake. He is former WWE superstar and former member of the FBI, Big Vito. Vito, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you. Now, I appreciate your intro. I'm going to do my own intro.
Absolutely.
Okay? Now, here's how it goes. Okay? A 1, a 2. I'm a former ECW original, a 2-time WCW Tag Champion and Hardcore Champion. Member of the NYC and TNA, and the toughest man to ever wear a dress in the WWE, from the FBI, the one, the only, Big Vito, the Skull of Rouser from Staten Island, New York, doing movies, commercials, and everything else that you can do in the industry. And I just want to ask you all one question. Who the hell is The Rock? That D-line headline. How's it going, guys?
How's it going? I was going to leave out the skirt part, but I'm glad you brought it in.
I'm sure you did. I heard about you guys in the radio industry. You like skirts, you like things and closed doors. I know how you guys roll.
Hey, that's why we're on radio and not on television.
I know. That's why this show is rated PG.
Okay, we got a great show lined up for the Superstars of Wrestling in Pompton's Lake, New Jersey, coming up August 16th. You're going to be one of the guys headlining along with another ECW. I call all you guys legends because what you guys put your bodies through, that the fact that you guys can still walk, you're legends in my book. Balls Mahoney. And former...
Who's Balls Mahoney?
Yeah,
who's Balls Mahoney?
I'm guessing you're going to find out very soon. And
I know the guy. Must have just joined.
Former WWE tag team of the Head Shrinkers, Samu. He'll be live in attendance as well. Do you know Samu?
I've run into him a few times. He has a good concession stand and sells a lot of good hot dogs. His family's very famous. Samu's a good guy. I'm only kidding, guys. And Bob Mahoney is one of my pals. Samu's one of my pals. It's going to be a great show. Should be a fun-filled evening. Going to see a lot of good stuff. I'm really excited about the show. Can't wait to be there.
Okay, you mentioned that you're from Staten Island, New York. I'm from Staten Island, New York myself. Being someone in Staten Island, how did you get involved in wrestling to begin with? Like what gave you that influence to say, you know what, I want to be a wrestler?
I was just watching on TV one day. I said I could do this better than these guys. I went to the unpredictable Johnny Rod School of Wrestling in New York, and here I am 24 years later. I have a great career, doing movies, just having traveled the world. Accomplished everything you can accomplish in wrestling. I've been a champion at all levels. I've traveled the world, and for somebody who wasn't supposed to be much in life, I became somebody pretty special.
Now, who do you feel that your biggest influence was in the business?
All the guys, all the veterans took time to teach me and talk to me, and people who took the time to groom me. And those are the people. It can't be just one person, but it's just a bunch of people who, took that time because they saw I was eager, I was hungry, and they saw that I had a good work ethic. And and those are the people who really should be accountable for what they helped make. Become an accomplished wrestler. I do a lot of charity work. I've helped many wrestlers become somebody in the business and teach and train do a lot of good things for people, you know, and you know, it's not that I have to go on the internet and publicize it, or I have to go and, you know, talk about it, but, you know, I might not be The Rock or Stone Cold. You know, when I walk in the dressing room, I have the respect from every wrestler that comes to the industry. They know what I've done and I've accomplished. That means more to me than anything in the world.
No, I mean, totally understood. Respect is a big thing from the guys in the back, and if you're able to walk in and kind of control that respect factor, that's a big thing. That means the guys know what you've done for the business, and basically you're one of the guys that if you didn't do what you did, a lot of these guys wouldn't be involved in wrestling themselves. And you know, the ECW days, you guys had some really, really grueling and ridiculous matches and some pretty interesting venues. A couple of them, I don't know if you were a part of any of the cards that they used to have it at Sports Fest in Staten Island, New York.
Yeah, I mean, I wrestled there, but you know what? It's just a different time, a different era. ECW was its own beast. We were separate from everybody else. We wanted to be different than everybody else. And when you go into WCW, you mean now it's a big time, and you know, at that point there were a lot of chiefs and no Indians. You go to TNA, and TNA had, you know, they were up and coming. It was back in '94, '95. I was there, and they were trying to find themselves. And then once you go, you know, I started in WWF back in 1991 as a rookie, so I've been working on and off for the company for a very long time. You know, I finally made it as a WWE superstar in 2005. You know, I went full circle, and I've wrestled every major company. I've done, you know, every big promotion, you know, overseas as well, and I can't ask for more than that.
Okay, off the top of your head, what do you feel that? What was your best match? Maybe your best opponent?
Can't really say what was my best match. Best opponent. I've had millions of matches. I've worked with the greatest of all time. Every match is a good match, and the guys, you know, I work with all the greats. I can't pinpoint one guy. I really would be unfair of me to say this guy was better than the other, because they're all great in their own right. I mean, I worked with Kerry Funk for Nitro, and won the title, the hardcore title with him. I worked with Slayer on pay-per-view against Luger. I worked with guys in ECW, and now there's always good draw, and, you know, here with the Balders. Being in TNA with NYC, you know, being with Vincio and the FBI. Mm-hmm. You know, we work with everybody, and I've worked with everybody in the industry, hold it down. So I can't pinpoint one guy.
Okay. If you're, you know, making a list of the greatest minds in the business, where would you put Vince McMahon, Paul Heyman, Eric Bischoff, and Dixie Carter?
Just in that order.
Just in that order. Okay. So you do hold Paul Heyman to a high regards.
Of course I did. You know, but Vince McMahon is the only one who's been in business this long. Vince McMahon is the mastermind behind everything. WrestleMania went on and before. He was groomed in the business from his dad. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. I mean, Paul Heyman, you know, he had ECW, Bischoff ran WCW, brought him to the top. And, you know, Dixie Carter, she's still, she hasn't done anything sufficient as far as saying that she's a wrestling mind.
All right. I mean, I'm, you know, not to say I'm a Paul Heyman guy. I'm a big fan of Paul Heyman. I think Paul Heyman doesn't get the credit he deserves because this is a different era with the, you know, the internet being so heavily involved in wrestling. And people just kind of take Paul Heyman for what he is on television, not really what he did behind the scenes and with ECW and everything else. I mean, I hold him in very high regards. I feel he's pretty much a wrestling genius in my opinion.
Well, you're absolutely right.
In your opinion, I mean, you said you worked with guys like Ric Flair. You've worked with Hogan, Terry Funk. Now, obviously, a lot of these wrestlers like Hogan and Flair, not really hardcore. Taking away ECW, removing ECW from the equation, what do you feel like maybe was the biggest career moment for you outside of ECW, going WCW, WWE, and working with the non-hardcore?
Working with Terry Funk on Nitro and winning the hardcore title.
Winning the hardcore. So if you feel like that was the biggest moment outside of ECW.
Be on the map.
That's very interesting. I mean, a lot of the younger wrestlers would first thing they would pop out of their mouth is working with certain guys. But I had the pleasure of meeting Terry Funk at an indie show, and really down to earth, and he loves the fact that the fans still chant ECW and the fans still remember and love ECW, and he holds it very dear to his heart. So I have to agree with you. I mean, that to just work with Terry Funk, and then to be able to have him put you over and win the title, I think that would definitely be a great moment. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about this show coming up, Pompton Lakes. Do you know how you're going to be involved in this?
I have no idea. I'm going to wrestle. Whatever they put in front of me, I'm going to knock down and get the victory. So I'm looking forward to it. Doesn't matter who's there.
Okay. All right, so let's go over this one more time. I'm going to say Big Vito will be in attendance at Superstars of Wrestling's Feel the Heat. Pompton Lakes, August the 16th. And for tickets, 718-207-5032 at the Elks Lodge. Superstars of Wrestling. Their cast and crew will be in full effect, along with Head Shrinker Samu, Balls Mahoney, and Big Vito. Vito, I do want to take the time to say thank you very much for taking time out of your Sunday to give us a call and promote this event. We're going to have a bunch of people from the show giving us a call throughout this telecast, and I'll definitely get to see you in person on the 16th. And again, I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you very much. If you guys want to book Big Vito, go to bigvito@bigvito.com. Shoot me an email. Thank you very much for having me on the show. I heard you guys had a great show, and I'm privileged to be interviewed by you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Vito. I appreciate it.
All right, you have a great day.
You too. Thanks, man.
Bye-bye.
That was Big Vito, ladies and gentlemen, former WWE superstar, a former TNA star, pretty much he's done it all. Like he said, he's had a great career. He's done it at multiple levels. He's done it at multiple companies. He's fought with the best. He's beat the best, and you can't really say anything more about that. It's just unbelievable. Just an absolute unbelievable career he's had. Anybody who didn't really get to see Big Vito in person, I suggest go to YouTube and definitely watch him. We're gonna take our next call. Who blesses our airways here today at Damage 365?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, Preston Montgomery calling in.
Oh, Preston Montgomery, one of the superstars of wrestling's great minds around the ring.
So they say.
So they, well, I said so. You have to agree with me, or we're both going to look very bad.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, so we just had Big Vito on. He gave us a little of an inside of what what he's been, where he's come from, what he's done for the business. Tell us a little bit about Preston Montgomery.
Oh, well, first, let me give all my respect there to Vito. I've been around this business for about 20 years now. I remember Big Vito when he was running around the independents in this area as Skull Von Crush. And to see where he came from to what he went and did, all my respect is